tip from an NGO's perspective. We'll be talking to Tharani Cecil James, Senior Program Manager, Protection Officer, Victims Assistance Specialist under MAPO. And good morning, Tharani. How are you?
Good morning, KG. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, thank you. Now, before we start, let's just give our listeners a short intro. Now, NGOs are often on the front lines, making a tangible difference, bringing awareness, and etc. Today, we are diving into a vital issue, anti-trafficking in persons, ATIP, from an NGO's perspective. And let's talk to, of course, our guest, Tharani, and she will be talking to us about Suka Society, a distinguished NGO in Malaysia recognized for its dedicated efforts under MAPO. So it is a very important topic, and Tharani, let's start off with the very first question. Can you give us an overview of the Suka Society and its mission?
Yeah, Suka Society is a non-governmental organization, and we established in 2010 with our focus on advancing the welfare and protection of children. And our organization is committed to advocating for the well-being of children, ensuring their access to necessary support and opportunities for the development. And our mission will be focusing on advocacy, therapeutic welfare support, training and education, research and publications, empowering young people. And our organization encourages and supports young people in initiating projects that aim to protect and support those in need. Mm-hmm. And overall, Suka Society's mission is to create a safer and more supportive environment for children, leveraging advocacy, education, and community engagement to achieve the overall goal of our organization.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. So can you tell us what is the primary objective of Suka Society's anti-trafficking in persons program?
Yeah, the primary objective of our organization on ATIP project is to deliver therapeutic support services and raise awareness for survivors of human trafficking, as well as relevant stakeholders. And our project designed to address the immediate and long-term needs of trafficking survivors and to foster a better understanding of trafficking issues within the community.
Mm-hmm. And the key impact areas of your organization's work in ATIP?
Our anti-trafficking persons project encompasses several key components and aimed at providing comprehensive support to trafficking survivors, mm-hmm. and enhancing overall awareness on prevention efforts. And some of it will be therapeutic sessions, skills development programs, income-generating projects, case management support, and we also touch on advocacy and empowerment. We do awareness and training programs as well.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of impactful and meaningful programs run by ATIP from your organization, Suka. What we're going to do right now, Tharani, we're going to take a very short break. And once we come back, we're gonna go for a song break. And once we come back, we will be also talking about the implementation of your programs and also the advocacy, awareness, and training programs that you have already mentioned. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, just stay on the line.
Yeah.
And that was Tharani, Senior Program Manager, Protection Officer, Victims Assistance Specialist with MAPO. We will be right back right after this song. Don't go anywhere. We're talking about ATIP from an NGO's perspective. Fam, our tip from an NGO's perspective and sharing that perspective is Atharani Cecil James, Senior Program Manager, Protection Officer, Victims Assistance Specialist with MAPO. And welcome back, Tharani.
Hi, KG.
Nice to hear from you again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Sukha Society's implementation and of its programs and its achievement of its goal. How do they do it?
Yeah, we have a few strategies that we have to do these programs and to meet our objectives. And one of it is it's very important is to have survivor-centric and gender-sensitive approaches. And by doing this, we actually prioritize the needs and rights of our survivors by ensuring their experiences and voices guide the development and implementation of support services. The other part is the gender-sensitive approach, where we address the specific needs of survivors, like recognizing that trafficking affects individuals differently depending on their gender and providing tailor-made programs for them. And trauma-informed care, it's a very, very most important thing, where we adopting practices that recognize the impacts of trauma and ensuring that all interactions with survivors are sensitive to their experiences, and the programs are designed to avoid the re-traumatization. And the other one that we do is the case management and repatriation. We do this end-to-end repatriation and reintegration. We assist in safe return of trafficking survivors to their country of origin. We support in their reintegration as well and with their communities, because when a survivor is trafficked and reintegrating back into the society, it's going to be a challenge. So this program actually includes collaborating with local NGOs in the destination country of the survivors so that the transition will be smooth and ongoing support will be there for the survivors and their families back home. We also provide therapeutic sessions at the government protection shelters, and we provide sessions which actually touches on therapeutic interventions, counseling, and mental health programs. And it's various activities that comes under this banner. We provide education programs for children at the children for the survivors at the children's shelter, and we implement educational programs within the government protection shelters for child traffic survivors. And these programs focuses on providing basic education, vocational training, and life skills for children's support. And we also conduct various training awareness programs, and this actually we do for protection shelter officers, law enforcement agencies, NGOs, educational institutions, and general public. And these programs emphasizes an importance of the victim-centric approach, like I mentioned earlier, right? Trauma-informed care and gender-sensitive approach in overall of the program. And we do a lot of this public awareness, running awareness campaigns to educate the broader community about human trafficking via online media and so on. Yes, by implementing these strategies, Sukha Society ensures a comprehensive and sensitive approach in addressing the trafficking of survivors and building a supportive community framework around them so that it will be easy for them to continue their life.
And Tharani, all of these programs and your SOPs and your protocols, are they made in-house, or are they based upon more of a global standard or anything of that sort?
It's two in one. It's we also meet the global standards, and we also have some program which is tailor-made according to the
specific
survivors.
needs.
Yeah, techniques. It's because we have been working with children, men and women as well. So we have to tailor-make programs according to their level, and we also does assessment programs for children in the work that we do. Yeah.
So it's a very, very hands-on society.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, can you describe to us the advocacy, the awareness, and the training programs that Sukha Society conducts and participates in? Maybe you can give us some examples.
Yeah, we have actually participated in the National Conference on Anti-Trafficking Persons in Malaysia, the first national conference. It was one of the committee and event person, and was part of the program, organizing and working through and combating on the issue. We also conducted capacity building trainings on trafficking in persons, on prevention and protection, ASEAN level as well, represented the Malaysian government. And we does training related projects and programs, topics for enforcement agencies and universities and colleges and international schools. It depends on the topics that they want, which is related to active. Especially, we does a lot of trainings on interviewing skills and methodology of interviewing, because from the beginning to the end, this is a very important thing, like how do you actually speak to the survivors. So we actually stress on those kind of topics. And we also part of the GEMS committee. It's a coalition that works on human trafficking and capacity building trainings for anti-trafficking in persons project.
Okay. And you mentioned therapeutic sessions earlier. How do they actually help survivors of human trafficking?
Okay, our program designs in its therapeutic activities and sessions to support our traffic survivors in interpreting and expressing their emotions and thoughts. And our primary goal is to actually facilitate healing and self-expression through various creative methods. So these are some of the things that we do, and our key therapeutic approaches will be like emotional expressions and interpretation. Like we use supportive sessions, like providing a safe space where survivors can discuss and process their emotions and thoughts, and relating to their experiences. And these sessions are designed to help individuals to actually articulate their feelings and experiences, which can be an essential part of their healing process. We do lots of art therapy, drawing, painting, coloring, and because these art therapy sessions actually encourage survivors to use drawing as a means of expressing their inner thoughts and emotions. And it also helps them to visualize their experiences in a non-verbal way, because some survivors will not open up, they will not talk. So these kind of therapy actually allows them to actually express their thoughts using painting, and to allow survivors to explore and convey their feelings through color and other forms of painting, which is very powerful medium for emotional expression and creativity. And we does also lots of coloring programs with them, which also provides structured coloring activities that can serve as a calming meditative practices, allowing survivors to focus on the present moment and engage in a soothing creative process, which will also help them stabilize in their case management. Because non-verbal expressions like art therapy, it allows survivors to communicate their feelings and experiences that may be difficult to express through words alone. So that's the reason why we use all this kind of creative methods. And overall, Super Society's use of art therapy and other creative techniques actually is an integral part of its therapeutic approach itself, designed to support traffic survivors in their journey towards healing and self-expression.
All right. And of course, let's talk about the therapeutic activities that you already offer. And I know that art is one of it. What types of therapeutic activities are also offered to trafficking survivors other than what you've already mentioned earlier?
Yeah, we under the health and wellness, we have health and wellness, education and enrichment programs, and skill development, training and case management. So under the health and wellness, we also have emotional freedom techniques. We have medical screening, mental health sessions, talks on thematic health-related issues. We have dental education and screening, Zumba, yoga, and meditation sessions. And like I've mentioned earlier, we have education and enrichment programs, especially for children. We teach English, maths, and science in a creative way. And we have skills development, training, and case management, where under the skills we teach like paper quilling, beading, jewelry making, and where they can actually go back home and try to use this kind of means to actually have their own income generating projects. And under the case management, we actually conduct sessions on stress management, stress and conflict management programs, trauma-informed care, process painting. And these programs are done especially for shelter officers and as well as the law and enforcement agencies. And we also actually conduct programs which is like also assistance for investigation through our protection officer and victims assistance specialists, where exit interviews are done, providing a safe return to and support for the repatriation and reintegration. So these are the kinds of trainings we provide so that we can educate these stakeholders on how actually they deal with the survivors of human trafficking.
All right. Understood. And Tharani, we're going to take another short break. Once we come back, there is more that we're going to be talking about. Do not go anywhere. Yeah?
Okay.
All right. So that was Tharani Cecile James, Senior Program Manager, Protection Officer, Victims Assistance Specialist with MAPO. Right now, we do have a song coming away. We will be back right after this. Welcome back to What Matters, and we're talking about ATIP from NGO's perspective with Tarani Cecil James, Senior Program Manager, Protection Officer, Victims Assistance Specialist, MAPO. Tarani, what other program does Sukha Society as an NGO run to support trafficking survivors?
Thanks, KG.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we call it residence relations and advocacy programs.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from all those therapeutic sessions and all the other case management that we do,
Mm-hmm.
we don't leave out because our survivors, majority of them are from different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually celebrate International Women's Day and with the women at the protection shelters
Mm-hmm.
to empower them. And we also conduct World Day Against Human Trafficking, which was yesterday, and we have a series of a celebration which is still going on. Today we have another celebration which is happening in another protection shelter as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we also do World Children's Day every year. We conduct awareness on trafficking in persons programs at various places and at the protection shelters. And we conduct for children, like we have Mother's Day, Teacher's Day programs and celebrations, the International Teachers' Day program. Empowering Women's Day is another one that we do every year towards the month of November on 16 Days of Activism. A fun day with survivors is a CSR kind of activity that we conduct every year. Merdeka Day, Malaysia Day celebration, when we do this Merdeka Day and Malaysia Day celebration, we also talk about their country Independence Day and to also share about their own Independence Day, about their flag, about the colors and the
Mm-hmm.
flowers and national flowers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we also conduct International Literacy Day for our children at the Children Protection Shelter. And every year we have this Stop Violence Against Women campaign
Mm-hmm.
that we work very closely with the Ministry of Women as well on 16 Days of Activism, like I mentioned just now.
Mm-hmm.
We have freedom of movement activities, and we don't leave out this celebrations that we do in Malaysia, Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, Deepawali, Christmas, because we have so many survivors who are still here during the celebrations.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want them to feel left out. So we also we celebrate all these celebrations with them throughout the case management and their stay here in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm. Right, understood. And of course, what is your main goal of your organization in working with trafficked children?
Our main aim and goal will be to assist our child victims in coping with their effects of traumatic experiences, and the objective is achieved through targeted therapeutic programs, like I've mentioned earlier, which will designed to help children manage and overcome their trauma and stress. So by focusing on these kind of strategies, our organization aims to provide comprehensive support that addresses unique needs of children victims and aids them in overcoming their challenges, because dealing with children is totally a different thing and the challenges are different. And we, through these strategies, we actually do on how we overcome the challenges that they face.
Mm-hmm. Right. And how do you measure the impact of Sukha Society's programs?
Yeah, this is something which is very interesting. We have our own tool. We call our tool as MNE. It's monitoring and evaluation. And our organization collects data on various activities that we do, various activities conducted for the survivors of human trafficking at the protection shelters. And every year we do this. And our MNE, our monitoring and evaluation, looks into measuring two key factors, which are feedback towards the activities and personal state and well-being of the survivors, which is very, very important.
Yes.
And because these feedbacks and from the survivors will help us also to see whether our programs have been giving them some kind of impact, or are they going to take it back home and to continue using it. Our MNE will also be looking at the results yearly, followed by the average of all years analysis. And with this analysis on the number of survivors and nationalities help us to also monitor, and we evaluate on impact of our activities and services provided for them every year. And their feedback is really, really important for the future activities and as well as improvement plans, if there is an improvement needed in the programs that we do every year.
Constant monitoring and constant evolution of your programs, that is definitely the way to go. And Tarani, I think we are now at the end of our interview for today. But before we end, is there anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up for today?
Yeah, firstly, I would like to thank TRAXXfm for giving me an opportunity to be
Mm,
part of this program.
no problem.
And I would like to welcome the public. And because we have a volunteering program, we have internship programs in Sukha Society, we have various other projects that we work with children. And we would like to welcome the public, students, and other team members to come and join us. Please
Hmm.
visit our website so that you can actually come closer to look at the projects that we do,
Hmm.
and so that you can get involved in combating this issue on human trafficking, and as well as combating on other related projects that actually we are doing in Sukha Society itself.
All
Yeah.
right. Will do. Will do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, KG.
Have a great day, Tarani.
You too. Have a great day.
Will do. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
And that was Tarani Cecil James, Senior Program Manager, Protection Officer, Victim Assistance Specialist with MAPO, who spoke to us about ATIP from the perspective of an NGO. I hope this is something that has opened your eyes to the plight, as well as what are some of the options available if you want to help them as well. Right now, though, it's now time for more music to come your way, and also the news in less than 10 minutes. Right on Tracks.